Hey everyone, it's been a little while since I've been in your living room reading you a story, so I'm going to share Little Red Riding Hood with you today. Obviously, this is a book that's been rewritten several times, so hopefully you enjoy this version of Little Red Riding Hood. And I hope everyone's doing well, and I hope you enjoy the story. Once upon a time, there was a little girl who lived with her mommy in a cottage on the edge of a big forest. Whenever the little girl went outside to play, she wore a beautiful red cloak that her grandma had made for her. It had a big red hood, so everyone called the little girl Little Red Riding Hood. One day, Little Red Riding Hood's mommy asked her to take a basket of food to her grandma. Grandma isn't feeling well, Mommy explained, and I'm sure she'd love to see you. But remember, don't talk to any strangers along the way. Soon after Little Red Riding Hood set off, she saw some beautiful blue flowers. As she bent down to pick a handful for Grandma, she didn't realize that someone else was in the forest. Hello, little girl, said a deep, growly voice. Little Red Riding Hood jumped with affright. A big wolf peered out from behind one of the trees. Oh, hello, replied Little Red Riding Hood, smiling back at the wolf. She had already forgotten her mommy's warning. Where are you going? Growled the wolf. I'm visiting my sick grandma who lives on the other side of the forest, Little Red Riding Hood explained. Ah, what a kind girl you are, smiled the wolf, showing off his razor-sharp teeth. Just then, the wolf's tummy gave a loud, rumbly grumble. What was that? Asked the Little Red Riding Hood. Just some thunder over the hills, said the sneaky, hungry wolf, and he ran away as fast as he could to Grandma's cottage. The hungry wolf peered through Grandma's window and saw the old lady in bed. With a loud howl, the wolf dashed into the cottage and gobbled up Grandma in one big gulp. Then the wolf put on Grandma's spare nightcap and glasses, wriggled into her bed, and pulled the quilt up to his chin. Now, all he had to do was wait for Little Red Riding Hood to arrive. When Little Red Riding Hood reached the cottage, she was surprised to find the front door wide open. Grandma, she called, are you there? I'm in the bedroom, replied the wolf in a high-pitched, wobbly voice. Little Red Riding Hood went into the bedroom and gasped in surprise when she saw her grandma. She looked sort of different. What big eyes you have, Grandma, she said as she went over to the bed. All the better for seeing you with, the wolf replied in the same wobbly voice. Grandma, what big ears you have, Little Red Riding Hood added, moving closer. All the better for hearing you with, said the wolf with a toothy grin. What big teeth you have, Grandma, stuttered Little Red Riding Hood. All the better for eating you with, said the wolf. Little Red Riding Hood screamed and tried to run away, but the hungry wolf was too fast. He leaped out of bed and gobbled her up in a single, greedy gulp. A passing woodcutter had heard Little Red Riding Hood scream and came running into the cottage. When he saw the wolf's enormous belly, he guessed what had happened. He picked up the wolf and shook him hard. Little Red Riding Hood and Grandma flew out of the wolf's mouth. Luckily, they weren't hurt, but they were very cross. Grandma, Little Red Riding Hood, and the woodcutter chased the wolf into the forest and over the hill. The embarrassed wolf never came back, and Little Red Riding Hood never spoke to strangers again. The end.